Hello guys and welcome to day 46, and today we're going to be talking about how to stay focused in a distracted world. You see, the world that we live in is constantly contending for your attention, right? So your attention is so important that even when you don't know the importance, other people out there know the importance of having your attention, and that's why they are contending for it, right? Because they know that the moment you begin to direct your attention towards something else, or the moment you begin to lose focus, right, you actually begin to lose depth, you actually begin to lose value, right? And these other people or these other things that are taking your attention, they instead begin to grow, right? So other people are utilizing your attention because they know what is what. But many times we do not know the worth of our attention, and that's why we unconsciously, give in to these other things or people. So our environment is designed, to fracture our attention. But in dealing with how to focus in a very distracted world, right? The first thing you need to understand is life is not just what happens to you, it is what you pay attention to, what you attend to, right? So many things happen every day, every moment, right? It's only what you pay attention to that actually shapes your life. And this is so important about attention because attention shapes perception. Your perception shapes your thoughts, and your thoughts shapes your identity. I'll take that again. Attention shapes perception. Perception shapes your thoughts, and your thoughts shapes your identity, right? And that's why nowadays we have a lot of flawed identity, or people having identity crisis because of the things that we have sold our attention to: constant scrolling, Instagram, TikTok, and the rest of that, right? We've literally sold our attention, and we think it's just the attention. You think it's just the time, but it's not just the time. Your thoughts are being pre-programmed, your perspective are being programmed, your identity is being programmed just by you paying attention, to certain things that are contending for your attention. So you need to know how to hold on to your attention, and guard it with all your might because it's a real war out there. Now, practical ways to rebuild focus. No, number one, you have to build your own environment. Build your own environment, right? In this world, you cannot just leave yourself to have the normal constant environment. You need to build your own environment. And what does that look like? For example, it may look like you putting off the notifications in your phone. You see, we can't even deny it. We know the things that distract us. We know the things that we pay attention to. It may not be social media, may be games, may not be games, maybe something else, right? But we really do know, right? If you don't know, you can still take out time, think about it. So build your own environment, shut off notifications, use website blockers, manage your workspace, right? And things like this will help you. Just know the things that your brain can work well with, and build an environment and stick with it. Secondly, you have to learn how to train depth, right? Train your depth. What does that mean? It means engaging in deep work. Many times what we do in this generation is just very shallow work, right? Because knowledge is everywhere. We think we are knowledgeable, right? No, that's not the case, right? We still need to learn because you swipe up and you see new things, that's still not enough. You need to have a time where you can sit down and generate your own thoughts, not just engage the thoughts that you are being fed. Sit down, generate your own thoughts, think, write, create, be original, process things, right? You need to have this time. This is how you practice how to be deep, and this is how you focus. There's a current trend now on social media where I don't know if it's trending, but on my own part of social media, I've seen quite a couple of videos where people put a timer, I think for like 1 hour, and they're not doing anything. They just sit behind like this. They put a timer just for 1 hour for them to just focus. Right? You find out that in this generation, if you just take away phone, take away internet, take away games, and all of those things, and keep an average person, teenager, to sit down for 1 hour without doing it, they'll be so restless. Number three, practice boredom. I know this might sound weird, but it's very important. You need to learn, enjoy being bored. It's not abnormal. That is how you engage humanity and nature. You must learn how to be still, to walk without your headphones, to go somewhere without using your phones, and stop acting like a robot. Because when you're constantly using these things, engaging with it, as if you're being programmed. And then number four, clarify what matters. Every day you wake up, have something that you have to do, right? If you have a to-do list, right, it will help you focus better, right? Because you know that, oh, I have something to do, I can't be, just remember, oh, I can't be here, I have something to do, I have a report to write, I have a video to edit, I have something to do, right? I have someone to talk to, have a to-do list. It will just, it will help you program your brain in the right way. in the right way, right? So your brain, when it sees you doing something you're not supposed to do, it just subconsciously, oh, I have something to do, right? So clarify what matters the most, and then move from consumption to creation, right? Try doing something with your life, like literally. Stay away from TikTok, right? I read a book, and a line from that book, really impacted me a lot, even up to today. The book says, become a producer of what you consume the most. If you're on TikTok, or maybe you like books, you like novels, you like games, or whatever, don't just be a consumer of those things. Think of how you can contribute in that area that you like. Like music, you may not sing music, you may play an instrument, you may not play an instrument, you may be an audio engineer or something. Create something. This will help you actually have something worth living for every day you wake up. All right. So these are some ways you can regain your focus, but most importantly, you must learn to focus. Fight for your attention, else other people will be maximizing your attention and be making money with it, and you will be there being broke and shattered every day, right? You need to, stop that, right? And begin to fight, contend for your attention. Today, especially if you want to live a very purposeful life, people who are purposeful are very, very, very focused. Very focused, right? They can't be distracted by things like this. In fact, they just can't, because they know that they have things to do. They just can't be scrolling, 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 scrolling. They have books to read. They have videos to watch. They have books to write. They have things to work on actively. They have companies they're building. They have businesses, ideas. You just can't continue like this, alright? Thanks so much for watching today's video. I hope you liked it. See you tomorrow.